Congratulations on the purchase of your new RetroCraft or RetroTread stairs. This video will walk you through the steps required to replace existing stair tread and risers with your new Young Manufacturing RetroTread or RetroCraft risers and tread. Remove the old floor covering from the existing stairway. If your staircase has carpet, be sure and remove the pad and any tack strip, staples, or tacks. If the stairway is open on one or both ends, also remove the balusters. It may be necessary to remove the handrail and newel post as well to get the balusters out of the way. Remove any remaining staples, tacks, or other fasteners used to secure the old floor covering. Measure and mark your existing tread nosing for removal. If you plan to use the existing risers, it can be useful to cover them with tape to help prevent scuffing while cutting the treads. First, measure your tread overhang under the tread on both ends. Transfer your measurement to the top of the tread and use a straight edge to mark the line for trimming. Repeat the measure and marking process on each tread as they can vary. Using a circular saw or jigsaw, cut the existing nosing off, being careful to not cut the skirt board on either side. Once close to the skirt board, use a reciprocating saw, oscillating saw, or hand saw to complete the cut to the skirt board. If your staircase has one or both open ends, remove the nosing from the sides of the tread as well. If necessary, use a hammer and chisel to knock the nosing off. Finally, clean up the cuts to ensure no part of the tread protrudes beyond the riser line. Now is a good time to assess your stairway. Verify your existing treads and risers are fastened securely to the framing underneath. If your existing treads are squeaking or not fastened securely, secure them with additional wood screws. Do not use sheetrock screws. Check for screws, staples, or nails backing out of the treads and risers. All fasteners in the face of the treads and risers need to be countersunk. Finally, remove any remaining debris. When using a routed skirt board or stringer, a void will be left after you remove the nosing from the existing head. Apply spackling or wood putty to fill the void and ensure it is aesthetically pleasing. The RetroTread and RetroCraft covers the majority of the void when installed. Next, measure, mark, and trim new retro risers to the correct size. This step can be made easier with the use of a pre-made stair fitting template or by using cardboard to make a template. Keep in mind that it's common for each riser to vary in size. First, measure the height and width of each riser. The height of your new riser should be the same as your existing riser. Transfer your measurements to the new riser, then trim your risers. As you trim, remember to number each riser with the corresponding number in the staircase. It also helps to reference top and bottom. After all risers are trimmed, it's a good idea to dry fit your parts. This allows you to make adjustments as needed without tearing apart your work. At this point, you might choose to go ahead and paint your risers, or you can wait and finish them after project installation is completed. To install the retro riser, start by applying a quality urethane-based construction adhesive to the back of the riser and smooth it out. We recommend covering 80% of the surface with adhesive. Never use a water-based adhesive. Position the new riser in place and secure with finish nails along the top and bottom, roughly 1/2 inch from each edge, so that the new treads will cover any nail holes. Repeat until all retro risers are in place. You are now ready to measure, mark, and trim RetroTread or RetroCraft treads to the correct size. For wall-to-wall treads, measure the depth of the existing treads in several locations. Then mark and trim RetroTreads or RetroCraft to the correct depth. Now measure the width of existing treads. Remember that each tread may be slightly different and not perfectly square. The use of a pre-made stair fitting template or cardboard template and an angle finder can help. If your staircase is closed with walls on both sides, simply measure and mark RetroTread or RetroCraft at the width of your existing tread. If your staircase is open to one side, add 1 inch to the length of RetroTread and 3/4 of an inch to RetroCraft when return nosing is required on one end. Double the added dimension if your staircase is open on both sides. Mark the cut line on the tread. Next, cut the tread to correct width. Remember, it is helpful to number the back of the treads with its location in the staircase. If your entire staircase is wall-to-wall, then skip to step 6. If your staircase is open on one or both sides, you'll need to prepare and add reversible return nosing to your RetroCraft or RetroTread. First, we will prep the tread for the reversible return nosing. Start by making a line on the face of the nosing at the width measurement you took earlier in this step. Then, using a speed square, draw a 45-degree line from the corner. For RetroTread, mark a 1-inch line from the end of the tread or 3/4 inch for RetroCraft. If using a handsaw, a scrap of 2x4 with a 45-degree angle can be helpful as a guide for your saw. Now make the cuts and then clean up the miter to achieve a smooth transition where the two cuts intersect. Now you're ready to miter the reversible return nosing. First, measure desired length of nosing by assessing the overhang needed on the existing staircase to conceal imperfections. Next, cut a 45-degree miter to make the reversible return nosing the correct length. Apply wood glue to the tread and attach mitered nosing with 2 finish nails. Add filler to fill any gaps or voids and sand to desired smoothness and appearance. You are now ready to install your new treads. Apply a quality urethane-based construction adhesive to the face of the existing tread and smooth it out. We recommend covering 80% of the surface with adhesive. Never use water-based adhesive. Press down firmly and secure with a few finish nails. Repeat until all RetroTreads, RetroCraft are installed. At this point, you can finish your new staircase as desired. Congratulations, you have completed the installation. Enjoy your beautiful new hardwood staircase.